Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Precious, and I'm back again with another video. So in today's video, sorry I went MIA for like last week. I didn't release a video. I just needed the break. But anyway, I'm back and better. So in today's video, we are going to be talking expectations versus reality of being a doctor. For me specifically, a junior doctor. So for those of you who do not know, my name is Precious K. I create content about my life. I'm a junior resident, a junior doctor in Zambia, and I just bring you guys along my life. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about expectations versus reality of being a doctor, because this was something that was my dream. All right, so let's get right into this video. So I've always wanted to study medicine. Talked about this here before. So I think there's a way I thought it was being a doctor, and then I've actually gotten here and I'm like, huh. So I'm going to be sharing those with you. If I look down, I'm looking at my book, I've written my notes, but this is going to be pretty interesting. I think I've got like 7 to 8 points. So the first one is my expectations versus reality. I didn't know that I have to break getting up so early. Like, so the first time I started my internship, I went and asked, I was like, oh, what time my doctors are supposed to report? Because when I was a student, you're supposed to be at the wards by 8. And I was told, oh, yeah, 8. But then there are days you have to come earlier. I'm like, what do you mean earlier? Like, elaborate. And turns out there are days where, depending on who you're working with, which senior you're working with, which you'll find sometimes you need to be on the ward as early as, let's say, 6:30 or 7. And that's a stretch for me. For those of you who know, I actually love my sleeps. I love my sleep. I treasure my sleep. I take my sleep very seriously. So that's something I had to let go of as an intern, my sleep. And boy, it wasn't, it's not been easy. It's still not easy. There are days where I wake up and I'm just like, so I can't sleep in because I work from Monday to Saturday, and then Sundays I'm at church. So literally, I have no day to sleep in. And there are a few days where I actually come back from the hospital and take a nap. So that's something that has been my expectations versus reality. I didn't know that it would interfere with my sleep schedule like this. Like, because I feel like if it was I was always supposed to be at the hospital at 8, that's a bit manageable. Now 7, 6:30, like, yo. But yeah, then we're not even going to add the times where you are working on call and you cannot sleep all your hours. Like, I just never expected the early mornings, and I do early mornings now. Like, I think the whole of last week I had to be at the hospital by 7, which means I was leaving my place at like 6:30. It was quite a stretch. It was, sometimes you're just so tired, but you just drag yourself. It was quite a stretch. Yeah. So the next one is standing all the time, constantly exhausted. I used to think doctors sit in an office. They do. I mean, when you're a senior, you do have an office where people just come to consult. But at the level I'm at, my friend, my office is the ward. I think there's someone who's been asking me, I thought you have an office or something. I said, my office is here on the ward, standing. Like, when I started being an intern, the standing, my legs couldn't cope. My legs would swell sometimes. It was just, it was hectic. Like, I don't know. I remember one day, before going to school, I applied to certain university and they didn't have medicine, so they accepted me in nursing. And I remember saying, no, I don't want to be a nurse because those people are like active on the ward. I want to be a doctor so I can sit. No, 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 no. At this junior level, I stand. Today I was standing from 8 to 16. I think I sat for less than 30 minutes in that whole time. I had been standing the entire time. Doctors, they do a lot of standing. You are constantly tired. Like, there's this thing where you're just constantly tired, and I don't know how possible it is. Today I was even shocked at my legs. I started getting tired like after 2 p.m. when I stood from like 8 to like 4 to 5 p.m. My legs are getting tired around 2 p.m., 2 to 3 p.m. I was like, you guys, actually, this is when you're feeling it because we've just been on the move. So the standing, no, I didn't expect it. I thought I'd be seated in an office. I mean, one day I will, but at this stage, girl gotta stand. Girl has to stand. Anyway, the next one. This one was a bit hard to swallow. You remember the point for liking my sleep? So this one was really hard. We work on weekends and holidays. I never thought about it before. Like, literally the past 2 3 weeks, the people have been having holidays, and I have friends who work, and they're always like shining like, oh, I'm home today, and I was like, hey, I'm working tomorrow. It's been something that has been hard for me to believe. I'm like, wait, my life is that I work on holidays because people don't take a holiday to get sick. Like, people are always sick. if it's the past holiday, I think I was when on call. I'm like, that I'm still trying to grasp and baffling with it that I actually get to work on holidays. I don't get to sleep in. This level, that's just something I've had to adjust to. Yeah, doctors, there's no holiday, Abby. Especially the junior level. Even Saturday, you wake. Like, there's no that thing anymore. I've got a program, no, unless it's like pretty serious and they can't do without you. You are going to work first. Anyway, the next point, the toll it takes on you emotionally. I think when thinking of going to study medicine, I never really thought about the toll it takes. Like last week, I had an experience where I was on call on Saturday and then post call on Sunday, but I had to go in the hospital on Sunday morning and I lost a patient. And then on the post call morning, also we lost a patient for trying to resuscitate. So that's like in 24 hours, and I was the one to go and break the news. The first family, I wasn't really the one talking, but I was part of the people going to break the news to the family. And the second family, I had to break the news. And I think the first family who was actually my patient had been seeing her for a week. I actually confessed that I had to like take a minute. Like I had to hold my tears back for the fact that she was my patient and I knew her. Like it wasn't easy. I had to take 5 minutes before because it's like I just arrived on the ward and the nurses are telling me resuscitation, and I go and that's my patient, and resuscitation before the patient was gone. Um it was sad. It was very sad. And then I come home. You guys know from my vlogs, you know my routine. So after I do my round in the morning, that patient collapses. I go home, get ready for the night shift call, and I go in on the night shift. And in the morning, when you're just so tired and you just want to go home and sleep, you're supposed to knock off another resuscitation, and the patient dies. And my senior tells me, he's like, "Can you go tell the relatives that the patient is gone?" And for these ones, they didn't really realize that the patient is gone. The one in the morning they were already crying, but this one they did not realize. It was like I was the one like first hand breaking the news to them. That I literally when they were crying, I was holding back my tears. So there's like it reached a point where I was like, I'm done with the hospital for today. Like I need to go home. I need some air. This is too much. Just telling people sad news and thinking that the patient is gone, they'll never see their loved one again. Yeah, I didn't know like it takes a toll on you. I once heard doctors say, "Oh, you should emotionally detach myself from patients." You can, of course, not get too familiar and like attach yourself to patients. But at the end of the day, these are people you see every day and you care for every day. So seeing them pass, I think this still touches a part of you. If maybe you just see the deaths and it's just like I think how I'm clapping for you, but yeah, that's the next one. Another point is the days of self-doubt, asking yourself if you've done enough for your patients. So as a junior doctor, I'm 100% always on the ward. I have seniors come in. There are days like in a week, I have days where my seniors will come in, but there are days where my seniors won't come in at all. And there are days where and of course, I'm allowed to call and ask if I have questions. Like I have someone I report to and I can talk to. But there are days where maybe even those seniors are not picking up or you're not able to get a hold of them. And this patient is sick and they're asking themselves, did I do my best? Or even the patient who I previously talked about who passed away, like you start asking yourself, like, did I do everything I could for this patient? There are days like that. There are days where it's just like, am I doing my best? I've had days where I feel so inadequate. Like, I wish I could do more. Like, I think there's just patients where I just like, I wish I could do more. Like, is this where it ends for me? Is there anything more I can do to help you? Like, can I do more? Am I doing enough? Is there something else someone else would have done to help you more than this point? So there are days of self doubt, which are also hard because then you feel bad for the patient. It's a it's a it's it's a balance. I never thought about that before. I thought being a doctor is just nice, like being a doctor. Yeah, nah. There are days like that where you ask yourself, have I done enough? Sometimes when you're discharging a patient, like, am I sure this patient needs to be discharged? Am I sure everything I've gone through thoroughly and that not? Especially as a junior, you find sometimes you've gone through a patient's file, you've gone through the things, and for you everything looks fine. Then your senior comes in and is like, "What about this? How didn't you know this? How did you miss this?" It's like, am I doing the best as the intern here? But yeah, next one, um, rich instantly. Afraid as I wrote it. Not that I joined medicine to become rich. No. Let's just say I remember when going to study medicine and I was saying, before I go study medicine, I remember everybody telling me, oh yeah, that's a good course. They always need doctors, so you will get employed. 2025. Here we are. You guys know the situation. I've talked about the situation in my country right now. Majority of the doctors are volunteering. It's not the automatic you graduate and find yourself in employment. There's a whole process going on for employment, and it's just like, okay, okay. So I've graduated, I've finished. I'm supposed to be taking care of myself, but I'm out here working for free. I never, if you had told me that before I went to med school, yeah, nah, that's not the mind I had when it comes to studying medicine. I thought like, oh, once I finish employed, and that's the way it was a long time ago. Because a lot of our seniors still said, hey, us once we finish, we're getting employed. You guys, it's a whole other game. But yeah, that's another thing. Thinking in stressful situations. This one also has something to do with being tired. Um, I'll give examples. I'll continue giving examples. I never ever thought I knew that you need to be studying all the time. That I knew I'm going into med school. Oh, I doctor has to be studying all the time. I doctor has to study, but I didn't know how bad it was. Especially the thinking in stressful situations. Like I remember the call, choose the call. Like my mind was so tired in the morning, but my senior still expected my brain to think. And I'm like, no, it's gone on vacation. It's tired. It's going to sleep. It's sleeping while I'm awake with my eyes open. And even today I had such a stressful day. It's the latest I've ever left um, the hospital since I joined the cardiac, and it was hectic. I was running around. I was doing so much running around for one patient. But I reached a point where my brain couldn't think, but I still had other patients to see. And the in me, I just wanted to leave. I just wanted to go and come home and sleep in my bed. But I had to see my other patients. I had to think in those two stressful situations. There were moments where this one is saying that and this one is saying this. This one comes and says, oh, doctor, this one, doctor, that. And they expect you to think and figure out each of their problems. Like thinking in stressful situations. Sometimes they're on call, you've been working. I've never done a 24-hour call from the time I was a junior doctor, but there are those who do 24 hours call, and from the first hour to the last hour, your brain must be working. So I never really thought that that's how I didn't know that's how much pressure is there, like working as a doctor. It's doable, but it's a lot of pressure. I think there are so many times where my mind just feels like you're troubling me. And trust me, your senior won't read them. So keep asking a question and you must know. For me to reach a point where I just start making mistakes. And like even today, I wanted to start doing procedures and I told myself, yeah, my brain is tired. We're just gonna make mistakes. Let's go home. We get shouted at, we get shouted at. Tomorrow is the day. We are done. This patient is stable. We are done. Let's go home. So yeah, that's basically it. Actually previously where I was working, before I stopped and took a break. That place was even more hectic. have like I would have like 15 to 16 patients alone, and sometimes, you know, 10 or more patients. And I was expected to think, and there were days where it's 7 p.m. and I've been working from like 7 a.m. in the morning. And my brain still needs to think and make a decision and decide what's next. So you really need to think in stressful situations. It's quite an interesting profession. I definitely was not prepared for how much of a magnitude and the weight it carries, but it's definitely doable. God, most of all, is always there to just give me the strength, give you the strength to keep going. But yeah, those are just some of the things. I think another one would be how, like, in some of these hospitals where we work, they don't have a lot of things. Like, you are limited by what you can do, not because of anything, but because things are not made available. I never thought that. I thought, oh, hospitals have everything. These are things I never thought about before going to study medicine. Like, you want to do this, when they tell you, oh, this is not available. You want to do this, no, this is not available. This, like, but anyway, I think these were just not things. I knew that going into medicine was going to be hectic. I knew that going into medicine I would be stretched, but these were just not small things I thought about. So if you are studying medicine and you're a medical student, this was a video for you. These are some things you should prepare your mind for, and you can do it. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it fun. It was just supposed to be sit down and chat a bit. I hope you found it fun. If you are a medical student, I hope you got some still start the medicine anyway. Still do. You're already there. Keep going. You got this. You're doing great. I'll see you guys in the next video. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. My name is Precious K. I create wonderful content. Please subscribe. And if you're a returner, you've been here, you watch my videos, thank you so much. Please like the video. Don't forget to like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Road to 1K. Subscribe. Bye.